Well, armed police officers raided the Washington, D.C. home of Mark Witteshek after his ex-wife tipped off the cops that they were looking for firearms. They didn't find any firearms, but they did arrest him. They cuffed him. They charged him with unlawful possession of ammunition after finding a single shotgun shell, and then they sent him to jail. Now, if he's convicted, Witteshek faces jail time, even more, and a hefty fine. But the same man prosecuting him chose not to go after NBC News anchor David Gregory when he broke the law by showing a 30-round magazine on television. Mark Witteshek joins us now live. Mark, thanks a lot for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
So you're facing jail time for having a single shotgun shell, not for having firearms, but a single shotgun shell. I think it's hard for our viewers to believe this happened in America. This happened in this country?
It was hard for me to believe that it was happening all the way through. I kept saying all the way through the process that this can't be happening, until, in fact, it did. This has been going on for 19 months now.
So do you have a long record of violent crimes?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Nothing. You're a financial advisor with no criminal record of any kind, no indication you're a threat to public safety. This in a city with a very high crime rate, and the police came to your house in Georgetown and handcuffed you as they searched it?
There were actually two searches. They came to my house the first time in June to ask me if I had firearms in the home. I told them I didn't. They searched the home. During that search, found no firearms. They went back and got a search warrant and came back in July and raided, a SWAT team raided my home, came in, threw me down on the floor, threw my girlfriend down on the floor, held guns to our heads, handcuffed us. And at that point, they spent a couple hours completely tossing the house top to bottom, at one point taking an old safe that was in the house when I moved in and breaking it open in the driveway with a Sawzall at 10 o'clock at night. Finding nothing there, they found a shotgun shell on my desk from an old hunt. It was a souvenir from an old hunt, a non-operable shotgun shell, and that's what they ultimately arrested me for.
So the shotgun shell isn't even operable. It's a dud. It doesn't work. It couldn't hurt anyone.
It's a dud, yes. And I saved it as a souvenir from a hunt. Just there's a story behind it that I don't need to get into, but it was on my desk. It had been there for about 5 years. I had kind of forgotten it was even there, but yeah, they took that shell and
they took it. They treated it like a rocket-propelled grenade.
Yes, essentially, yes.
So you're facing, I mean, it's funny in a dark, perverse, grotesque way, the police state stuff like this, but the truth is you could go to jail for real over this. Are people coming to your aid? Are you being defended by any Second Amendment groups? Are you out by yourself? What's the status?
I have a criminal defense attorney who's been excellent in this entire process. At this point, we've had 8 court hearings over this issue. We have another one coming up on February 11th. I do have an attorney who was one of the attorneys in the Heller case, the only case brought before the Supreme Court on a Second Amendment issue, and yes, he's helping me on that issue.
Well, I'm certainly rooting for you. I'm sorry we're out of time. You really are a victim of gun control gone completely crazy. Mark, Godspeed, and I hope you'll come back and tell us what happens.
I will. Thank you, Tucker.